Hello and welcome back to the Hammy Show. I have a special guide for you today. Last time I made a guide on how to start playing GBO2 as a brand new player. In this guide, I'm going to cover the suits that I recommend for each cost for brand new players, because in the last guide I only covered how to start playing with the Gundam at 400 cost. So if you like the game after you tried out with the first guide, then you might want to try other costs, and that's what this guide is here to help you with. What are some good suits that you can play with right away that you don't have to roll for, aka gamba for, aka do the gotcha thing for? So in this guide I'm going to cover what to get with the free silver currency right away as a brand new player. Let's get to it, starting from 750 going backwards. Okay, let's get right to it. Let's go look at what we can get. And I already got a few of them, but for starters, in order to explain 750, we need to go here, and I need to show you that there are no 750s that you can get right away. So what you're gonna do if you want to play 750, you have to play the game and save up 195 coins, and then you do the guaranteed banner for a good meta 750 and check out some YouTubers. And you can check out Avenger, and you can check out Gary Rocks Gaming. That's who I've seen, who post videos right away on new suits. So you save up to 195 coins. You check the YouTubers to see if it's a worth it suit, and then you get your 750. But otherwise, there's nothing we can get right now. Now I will show you something else. The game did give me two 750 level 1s. Here's the problem. This one, F90S type, is a support. You do not want to play support in 750, and you definitely don't want to play support in 750 as a new player. This thing is a raid. It's half decent. It's pretty complex to use for a new player. As a new player, it's going to feel like a B suit, like a B or B plus. Once you get good with it, it'll feel like an A or an A plus. It's just a little complicated for a new player to use, and it's a raid. As a new player, you want to stick with generals. So the game might give you these two for free. They're not that great for 750, I promise you, even though they are level 1. So that's the situation with 750 cost. For 700 cost, the problem is they're like 200k silver. So these are the last ones that you want to get. And 700 cost is the last type of cost you want to try, because everything is super fast. So there's two things you can do. You can get the Sazabi, or you can get the Sinanju. Now, the Sinanju has 3 instant stun options. Very good suit, and it has a boost mode where you can fire this on the boost while you're moving with the boosters. It's a very good suit. It has 3 melee weapons. The only problem you're gonna have is hot swapping between these 3 melee weapons and figuring out where to shortcut these. You're gonna have to figure out how to hit this combo where you hit all 3 melee weapons at the same time. It's a little complex sometimes. It's a little hard to get used to, but it's a very good suit because of these instant stun options. Sazabi is a good suit, but not as new player friendly, because two things about the Sazabi. The shotgun sucks. Secondly, you have no Vulcans, so you have to funnel lock people in order to chase them down and finish them off. Whereas the Sinanju, it has Vulcans, so it's easier to finish people off. Another thing about the Sazabi, you have to go into here, into the main weapons, but level 1. And you need to get the Moon Gundam long rifle for it, because without this, what I was showing you before, without the Moon Gundam long rifle, the Sazabi only has basically 1 instant stun option with the range, and you have to get in close. It's still very good. This is a very good, like, on the move, on the boost stun. But if you want your main gun to be better, you gotta get that Moon Gundam beam rifle for the Sazabi. One more quick honorable mention. Enhanced ZZ has a really powerful heavy attack. Once you start getting into B rating and higher matches, people are going to start predicting that. But it could be a good fun suit to try out in the early ranks. It is okay. It's not like super meta, but it half decent and it can be fun to play with. That's just a special little mention. Okay, now we will be moving on to 650 and lower suits, which are much more attainable. Now, for 650 and lower, there is the good old Rebowu. This is the one that I first recommend that you play with at 650. It's basically like the Sinanju, like a mini Sinanju. It has, I think, 3 instant stun out. No, 2. Yes, 2 instant stun. Oh, actually, sorry. 3 instant stun options. And you have 2 melee weapons. It's a great suit. You should definitely try this one out. You have a machine gun, which is basically like the Vulcans. I'm not sure if these can fire on the move. I don't think so. That's the only problem. You don't have anything to fire with on the move, I don't think. But it's a very good suit because you have 2 melee weapons, 3 instant stuns. Very good suit. If you want to try out support at a higher cost, what I suggest you do is you try out the XS Gundam. Even though it's a general, it plays like a support and it can transform. Because it can transform, it makes it easier to escape and get into high ground. Once you get used to that type of gameplay, you can then try an actual support, like the Rezel type C Defensor. It can do the same thing. It can transform and it can move quickly. And the Rezel actually has better melee capabilities than the XS. Even though it's a support, it has 2 melee weapons. And it feels a little faster to swing than the XS, which only has 1 melee weapon, but it has some funnels where you can lock on. So, the XS feels more like a support than this support. But this is better training for a support because it's slower and clunkier, and you still have the type advantage against raids, so you won't get completely melted against 650 raids. So I suggest you try this out. Try to stay at range, learn how to snipe with this thing, and then you play support with this thing. That's how I suggest you learn support. Now there's one more thing I'd like to mention. It's like 650 cost for brand new players. The final thing I'd like to mention for 650 is that if you don't have a raid, you can get a level 2 S Gundam. Now I know before, in my first video, I mentioned to stick to level 1s. This is one of the few suits that can perform well at level 2, aka not at its native cost. It's meant to be at 600, but it's really good, and it's so good that it can even perform well at 650 at level 2. So if you don't have a raid, you can go ahead and get an S Gundam for 650. Now we move on to 600 cost. At 600 cost, the first suit I recommend is the good old Gundam Mark IV. This is a nice suit because it's very fast and the melee swings are nice. Also, you get to help out your team with this thing that briefly disrupts enemies' radar stuff. It's a very simple suit. You have 1 funnel, 1 stop to fire stagger gun, and 1 main gun that staggers. It doesn't seem like it's that good, but it's very nice and quick, and you help your teammates. I highly suggest you get this suit. It's a nice simple one. It's fun to use, and it's good. If you want something a little more slashy and dashy and able to fly, you can try out the viability sold. It is not the most new player friendly suit. It's very limited. You have 2 melee weapons and both of them have dashing down swings, so you can cover a lot of distance by swinging. This is more like a raid. It's a general that plays like a raid, so it's also a good suit to practice playing raid without having the type disadvantage against other generals. Highly recommend the suit for learning how to play raid, even though it's not a raid. Once you do learn how to play raid, you can try out this bad boy. And this bad boy has flap boosters where you can go up in the air right away, whereas this one you have to go into flight mode to get up in the air. So this is definitely better, but this is a better trainer and you don't have the type disadvantage of a raid. So when you want to start learning how to get slashy and dashy, try out the viability sold and then the S Gundam. Or just go straight to the S Gundam because it's also really good. The thing about the S Gundam you gotta understand, you need to get the second gun for it, the rapid fire. The default one is this beam smart gun. You want the rapid fire one. It's just better for staggering and better for stagger buildup. That's the only thing about the S Gundam you need to know. Next, honorable mention is this ZZ Gundam mass production. It is a very support-like general suit. So if you want to learn how to place supports without having the type disadvantage and the slowness, you can try out the ZZ Gundam mass production type. And if you like it and if you like supports, this is a good support, FA Gundam Mark III. This one has a lot of nice weapons. It's just slow, but all the supports are slow. Well, almost all of them. So these are the honorable mentions. Good old-fashioned Gundam Mark IV, Slashy and Dashy, viability sold as a general, but it feels like a raid, and then the actual raid as Gundam, and then a pseudo support, which is actually a general, the mass production, and then an actual support, the Gundam Mark III. That's 600 for ya. And now we move on to the 550 cost. Now, for starters, I just want to say I really love Despada, but it's not that new player friendly. It's a little bit of a complex suit to use, but if you can get used to using Despada to its maximum potential, you can learn how to use the complex suits as well, because this is a little bit of a complicated one. You got to switch between a lot of weapons. So for a new player, I would actually recommend the Gyaradoka Kai. It has a nice melee combo. It has a smoke grenade for being sneaky. It has an instant stun grenade launcher. The only problem is its main gun is mainly chip damage, and I don't think the second option is much better either. So what you do with the Gyaradoka Kai, you have these two instant stun options. So you sneak around, you instant stun, you hit them with the wire, and then you can hit them with your melee weapons. The wire causes heavy stagger, so that's why it's a good suit, because you have these instant stuns with the sneakiness, and you have 3 melee weapons. It'll get you good at being melee heavy as well. So if you want to learn how to play raid, and if you want to learn how the melee system works, and if you want to get better at it, great suit. It's not the most shooty suit. If you like shooting stuff, it's not super great, but that's not the meta of this game. It's not to snipe things. It's to get in and downswing, so it's actually a really meta great suit. Honorable mention, Stark Jigen, a little complex to use, but it's still a good suit. Not as good as the Gyaradoka Kai, but it has a boost mode where you can double dodge, but it's not the greatest. I just wanted to include it because it's also not a bad suit. It's not going to be as good as these two, I don't think, but it's an honorable mention. And then another honorable mention, if you want to play raid at 550, we got good old Jigen. This one is not super fantastic, but it's not too bad either. The knife you got to get in close range, and you just have a grenade, flame grenade, and a good old bazooka. So not really the greatest suit, but not terrible for a raid. It's very fast, and you have 2 melee weapons. And that is 550. Generally, very general heavy. Okay. 2 more honorable mentions for 550. The Hazel Custom High Mobility Form, the Raid, I heard is getting a nice buff, so this might be worth trying out. It has a ton of boost. You also can increase the thruster gauge to make it even more boosty. And this is an honorable mention, the Jigen Heavy, because it's another suit that teaches you how to play support without having to have the disadvantages of a support. So you see, you only have fists, but you have a bunch of guns. So if you like the whole shooty playstyle and you don't want to be a slow support, you can go ahead and try Jigen Heavy equipment type. And those are the honorable mentions for 550. And now we move on to 500. For 500, a lot of you are probably going to see this full armor striker custom, and you're going to think it's super cool, and it is super cool, and it is a good suit. The problem is it's very complex to use, and there's so many different weapons. You're going to struggle swapping between these two. Generally, you want to open up with the rocket cannon that stop to fire, and it also has a boost mode for longer boosting, so you can make use of the melee weapons. But it's not a very new player friendly suit, I'm gonna tell ya. It looks cool, it is meta, it's a little slow and clunky, but it's very not new player friendly, but it looks awesome, and you might be drawn to it like I was. Go ahead and try it out. Make sure you get your shortcut set right, because there's a lot of weapons with this thing. Secondly, way better for new players, Gyaradoga, nice and simple. It's like the Kai that I mentioned earlier in 550, like this one. It looks a little less cooler, it doesn't have the bucket head, but it still does the same function. You got the smoke grenade, you got the 2 instant stuns, you got the wire and the 2 melee weapons. Similar, very similar. Next up is the Gelgoog high mobility type. This one is meta and it has a broken heavy attack with its claw. It has 2 melee weapons, 1 instant stun. I can't remember if this thing can stun when it's focused. Yes, focused hits stagger. So you have 2 instant stuns except 1 you have to charge. But the charge heavy attack on this thing is insane and it dashes through. So you can cover some ground and do a lot of damage. Very powerful suit. Good one to learn how to play raid, especially at 500 cost. One more thing I want to mention about the raids. If you like playing raids and you want to play one that's unique, we have good old Psycho Zaku Mark II Thunderbolt. This used to be really hard to get, and now you can get it right away. It has a 4 combo. You can swing the axes 4 times. And you technically have 2 melee weapons, even though it's technically 3. But you have 2 and you can swing them 4 times. And one of them has a heavy attack, so you can charge it up and do a lot of damage, and he does a nice little leap. Very cool, unique suit. You probably will get more done as a new player with this thing. This is a little more complex, but it's very fun and very unique. And the final thing I want to mention is supports. The GBO2. This one is probably the best support at 550 because it's more mobile than other supports and its melee has a dashing downswing, which is super nice. It covers a lot of area and you cover a little bit of ground. It has a nice charge cannon, and this highlights enemy types for the rest of your team so they know which enemy type to go after. You still have to play like a sniper, but if someone comes in close, you do have capabilities. So I like this suit as a support, and that is 500 cost for you. Oh, one more thing about 500 cost. Honorable mention. I heard that Caesar is getting buffed. So if you like playing supports and you want to play something a little more shooty than the GBO2, you can try out the Caesar once it gets buffed. I'm not sure if it already got buffed, but honorable mention. Okay, and now we have 450. At 450, good old Jeddah General. Probably the best free one you can get right away. Very nice and simple to use. Now, the problem with 450, you got Dolmo, one of the most broken suits in the game. Dolmo has 3 melee weapons, and both of these two have dashing downswings. It is an insane suit. If you like playing raids and you like playing broken stuff, this thing is insane. It's a little hard to use, but it's really cool, and it has shoulder spikes too. So those do a lot of damage, but you gotta get in close. Really powerful suit. If you want to play something a little more balanced and you want to learn how the turn mechanic thing works, Nero Trainer is a good raid. It's nice and fast. Not as powerful as Dolmo, but you can learn how the turning mechanic works because this thing has a quick turn where you hit your touchpad and you're invulnerable for a little bit while you're turning. It's super cool. This is a good trainer suit for learning how quick turn works. Not every suit has quick turn, but the ones that do, you can utilize the quick turn to be invulnerable for a second when you're near an enemy, and also quick turn. The last final honorable mention is the Silver Haze Custom. Not the most powerful raid, but it's super cool and unique. It has a trident and it knocks people down on any type of swing, not just a downswing. Super cool suit, not super meta. You want to also have a bazooka on it so you can actually stun and make use of the melee weapons. So these are the 4 450s I recommend. Oh, one more honorable mention about 450s. If you want to play support, you got good old Mudrock. The problem is, I don't recommend you do this to yourself because of things like Dolmo, and even the Silver Case Kai can be annoying to you because it has a shield and the trident. So if you want to play support, go ahead and good old Mudrock. It's not bad. It's not bad. You got instant stuns. You got, it's just it's just a slow, clunky support. And you got this thing to melt you. So, yeah, good luck with that. And now we've made it to 400 cost. At 400 cost, for generals, like I said before, good old Gundam. Get your hyper hammer. Get your bazooka. On this one, I do not. There we go. Get your hyper hammer. Get your bazooka, or at least the gun with the grenade launcher. If you want to try out a unique 400 general, we got the Goth F unit. It feels very weird to use. It's glidey and it's kind of clunky, but you can fly and you can get into high ground. So it's unique. It has a wire. It's just, I'm not sure why you'd want to get into high ground with this thing because it doesn't snipe. So it's a little strange and not super meta, but it is fun to play and unique if you get bored of the Gundam. And as for the raids, we got good old Desert Zaku. This one has a nice big giant axe to slash people with. And it has a long range rifle, which is very unique for a raid. It's like half snipey, half close range axey. Very good suit, and I'm pretty sure the triangle bash attack does like extra damage on this thing. But if you want to try something unique and sneaky, there is the Pixie. The Pixie is very situational. You're not going to do as well with it and as reliably with it compared to the Desert Zaku. So if you want to try out something sneaky and fun, you got the Pixie, where you could go in with your dashy little blades and you can be stealthy on the map as long as you don't attack. Perfect. Reduces the detection range when not attacking. So you get in close. You actually want to get your double machine gun thingies with this. The 900mm submachine gun. Or 90. So yeah, that's the only thing. I would actually try to avoid this as a new player, but it is unique and I wanted to mention it because people do like playing it. Now, the final thing I'd like to mention is support. We got the good old GMSP. Very solid support, good range. Very simple to use. Now we have 350. We're nearing the end. 350, I recommend good old Zaku 2. You shoot a fist out of your chest. I mean, what more could you want? And you have an instant stun. You got a machine gun and another bazooka instant stun. Really, really, really powerful suit. Highly recommended at 350. There's not much else I recommend, honestly. And now the final cost. We have 300. There is technically a 250 cost, but you don't really get 250 matches, so there's no point in covering that. So 300 cost. Good old Aqua GM. Very solid. The only thing is you want to get this missile launcher torpedo thing and not the harpoon gun. Good suit. And if you get a water map, it's even better. Then we also have the high mobility Zaku. Good old standard Zaku with a machine gun and a bazooka and 2 grenades. The Aqua GM is technically better, but this is still fun and decent. And if you want to play support, the gun cannon mass production is very, very solid. And I think you can also switch it to the dual machine guns. So switch to dual machine guns. You got these big old cannons. And it's a very fun suit. Just keep your range and stay snipey. Then finally, a very, very honorable mention. The Geth Road. This used to be purchasable only. You had to like buy a DLC or something. And now you can get it right away as a new player. So get the Geth Road. It's a fun raid at 300. You get a bunch of pew-pews and you get 2 melee weapons. It's really good, really powerful, really fun. Well, there you go, folks. We covered all the costs and all the suits that I recommend for brand new players that you can get right away with the silver currency without having to gamble. Let me know if you have any thoughts or questions in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you think I missed anything, go ahead and let me know in the comments if there's any other suits that you think would be good for new players. And that's all I have today. Have a great time playing GBO2 and Sig Azia.